Okay, in 20 minutes or even less, pag-usapan natin itong Senate bill na ito. Okay. I will make the presentation what the bill is all about and then present to you yung position paper ng PMAP, yung official. And then we'll have an open forum. Reactions from the panelists here, personal opinions based on experience and everything, and then question and answer mula sa inyo. Okay? Is that fair?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Senate Bill, wala ba nga 1826. Okay. That's the intent of the bill. By the way, may kopya kayo ha. Diyan sa kit ninyo, pakilabas lang yun dahil hindi ko naman ilalahat dito word for word kung ano yung mga yan. Just the salient points. Now, the words themselves are in your kit. So, kita yung consolidation na ng maraming Senate bills yan. I think 7 lahat. Okay. Ano ba ito? Ano ba yung kaimportansya nito? Of course, everybody remembers these words. Bagong terminology, Endo. And then yung 555. Sardine brand. Pero dahil every 5 months, tinatanggal, tapos re-rehire, tinatanggal, re-rehire, para daw hindi maging regular. Yan yung presenting issue na maalala nyo nung election. Lahat ng mga presidential bets pinangako. He will end, Endo. Lahat yan. Oh, sorry. Wala ko. Mula yung Endo, umibang anyo, naging contractualization. Have you ever wondered kung ano yung dynamics, bakit naging ganun? Ang pinag-uusapan lang na naman talaga yung repeated termination of employment and then rehiring. Di ba? Yun yung mga naging issue. Tapos lumaki. Naging issue na ng bagong kataga ulit. Wala sa dictionary yan. Contractualization. Another invention of the Filipino nation for the English language. Contractualization. Sinakop na, hindi lang yung legal forms of temporary employment, yung non-regular, kagaya ng casual, seasonal, hirap talaga yung ako. Hirap na nagiging senior. Project, probationary, and wala sa labor code yan, pero jurisprudence, fixed term employment. Sa ibang bansa, ang tawag nila temporary employment, contingent employment, contractual employment. Ito yung relationship with employer and employee. Yung trilateral, may kasamang ibang party, yung kontraktor. So tatlo na sila. Ito na yung mga recruitment and placement agencies na hindi na lang sila nagre-recruit, naglalagay ng tao, naging empleyado pa sila ng mga empleyado, ng mga taong linalagay nila sa mga kumpanya. O yung naging labor-only contracting. And of course, yung totoo, legitimate na job contracting. Na kontratista ng trabaho, hindi kontratista ng paglalagay ng empleyado. Okay? Ang tamang salita dyan is outsourcing, and then kung ikaw ay nag-export na produkto mo, offshoring. And ang nasasakop din dyan is what you call the global supply chain. Kasi ngayon, globalized tayo. Lahat ng mga gamit natin para i-assemble natin ng isang produkto kung saan-saan nanggaling, hindi lang bansa, pero globally. Yung pinanggalingan ko na kumpanya, Mo Controls, ganyan din kami. Kumukuha kami ng pyesa kung saan-saan. Tapos sinassemble sa Baguio. Yung pong ginagawa namin sa Baguio, yung mga flight controls ng aeroplano.
Yung contractor ng Boeing.
Tignan nyo kung anong impact niya, labor as well as economic. Alam niyo naman kung ilan ang mga empleyadong apektado rito. No? Nung una, Endo. Pero yung mga empleyado na outsource, bilyon-bilyon yan. Anong skill level lang ng karamihan na pinag-uusapan natin dito? Ito yung mga, kung tatanungin nyo, entry level. Nagkakaroon sila ng pagkakataon ma-employ sa entry level. And then the aspect of labor mobility. Dahil sa totoo lang, yung sinasabing yung trabaho ko forever, hindi na totoo yan. Because of the dynamism of the market and business, nagbabago-bago yan. And of course, your labor also moves as the business moves. Kung ngayon ang reality sa buhay. The impact on organized labor. Don't quote me on this. Baka may umabang eh. Pero ang sinasabi nila, isa sa mga factors kung bakit ang union numbers all over the world is going down or has gone down is because of this outsourcing. Of course, meron din mga demographic factors kagaya ng mas bata, mas educated, mas informed ang labor force ngayon, and they don't really care about being represented because they can represent themselves. That's another factor. What's the economic impact? Investments. The PPO actually is an investment in outsourcing. Yung mga kliyente nila kung saan sa mundo, sa US, sa Australia, sa Europe, and even China, yung business process in-outsource nila to countries like us because we have the edge in human resources, especially English proficiency. So they prefer Filipinos, aside of course from yung sinasabi nilang inherent yung relationship competence ng Pilipino. Magaling pagdating sa relationship. Mababait, magandang kausap. Yan ay isa sa mga advantage natin. And competitiveness. Kaya sabi ko kanina, the global supply chain. Yung malala nyo yung libro na The World is Flat. Your business goes where it makes most sense. Quality, cost, and delivery. Not just the cost. Hindi lang pupunta dahil mas mura yung labor doon. Pero of course, the delivery, timing, and the quality that you make. So kung saan mas mabuti yung business, doon pupunta. That's how it is. So the impact of this bill on stuff like that, yan ang implications niya. Okay. By the way, kung may tanong kayo, reserve lang ha. And Attorney Distura will help you also, especially on the legal technicalities. Like I said a while ago, umugong yung issue ng Endo nung presidential election. Then after that, if you remember, a long history of government interventions. Ano na yung mga yun? Pakikuha mo yung mic.
Incident 2, 18-A, and most recently 174. These are the regulations on prohibitory labor on the contracting.
And then executive order na galing pa sa Malacanang. However, hindi sila makalabas kung ano yung provision ng batas. Ang nangyayari sa kanila with all these department orders, and even the Duterte's executive order is just to define what is permissible and what is not. Because meron ng provisions ng batas that are confining what they can do. And these are essentially what this Senate bill is going to touch on. So, babaguhin yung batas. Okay, so you recognize the implication here? Okay. Now, pag-usapan natin ngayon yung Senate bill na yan. The key provisions, you can group it into two. Yung mga amendments nila sa Articles 106 up to 109 ng Book 1. Book 3. Wages and employment conditions ng labor code dito. And then, yung nasa likod naman ng labor code, yung post-employment. Kasi nandun yung definition ng employee-employee relationship, mga ganyan ba? Sa mga conditions na yun, pwede kang ma-define na labor-only contracting, and that is illegal and prohibited. Ano ba yung mga yun? Tingnan natin yung inyong handout. Tayo lang. Itong line 11. Line 11. Tignan ninyo yan. Ang ECO, yung isang provision doon ng kanilang medyo hindi sila komportable. At actually, they have issued, they have published their objection about it. Kung pwedeng ibito ng presidente on that ground, yung definition na maski kung naglagay ka ng tao na ang ginagawa yung activities that are direct. Si independent contractor, lahat ng mga ginagawa, yung activity ng kumpanya na directly related sa business nila, automatic define ka na illegal labor-only contractor. Okay? So, ang mangyayari nun, tignan niyo yung consequences. Lahat ng empleyado mo, magiging regular empleyado ng iyong kakontrata. Meron pang liability for criminal, civil, administrative. Susumbong ka sa Department of Labor and then hahanapan ka ng kaso ng Department of Labor. And look at the fine. Up to 5 million pesos. And ipapasaran pa. Temporarily or even permanently. Okay? Malaki implication yan. Parang sinasabi, bawal na ang mag-job contractor. Sino ang pwede? Sole proprietors, corporations, associations, even cooperatives and other organizations, including partnership. Pero tignan niyo yung requirement para malisensyahan ka. Pag ikaw ay isang job contractor, kailangan lisensyado ka. Ito ang kailangan na may mapakita mo. Independent business, separate and distinct from the contractee. Ibig sabihin, maski wala yung contractee mo, buhay ka pa. Dahil ang negosyo mo, hindi naman nakaangkla lang dun sa isang kumpanya. Meron kang paid up capital ng 5 million. And meron ka pang substantial capital investments para sa tools and equipment. Of course, in your organization, you must have the necessary expertise in the specialization. Your employees must be regular employees. And ikaw dapat ang kumokontrol sa mga tao mo. Hindi yung kakontrata mo, yung supervision. And of course, yung G&H, administrative yan. Dapat compliant ka sa lahat ng labor, including safety and social benefits like SSS, pag-ibig and so forth. Kaya ipakita mo na compliant ka with the certificate coming from these agencies. And you must pay a license fee of 100,000, good for 3 years. Hirap. Matindi ang requirements na yan. Ang comment ko dyan is pinapatay yung mga startups. I can tell a personal experience. Doon sa kumpanya namin, meron mga complicated machinery, computer numerically controlled machine tools. Maintenance, napakahirap kumuha ng magaling mag-maintain yan. So ang ginawa ko is to develop people na magkakaroon ng sariling negosyo na yun ang gagawin. So, nagsisimulan na yan. They were undergoing for training, capitalization, everything. And then dumating ito. yung mga batas at saka regulasyon. So we have to stop it. Paano nangyari sa kanila? Tigil yung proyekto. Kinuha na lang sila ng empleyado. So imbes na sila ay may sarili ng negosyo na may promise pa na maging international ang kanilang business, naging ordinary employee na lang sila. Okay? May bago na siningit, the right of employees of job contractors. Dahil nga sinasabi daw na pag ikaw ay empleyado ng kontrata, yung contractual, yung mga bayad mo, yung mga working conditions mo, mas mababa, no? Even below the legal standards. So may provision po ngayon. Empleyado rin sila, like any employee, their payment and everything should be not less than the minimums required by law. Okay. Ang bawat kontratista at saka contractee and contractor, merong option na mag-post ng bond yung contractor. So, nandiyan pa rin yung provision na yan, equivalent to the labor cost. Para kung sakaling hindi magbayad yung contractor sa mga empleyado niya, yung principal, na siya magbabayad, pero kukunin niya sa bond. Pero again, this is, ang tawag nila sa law, directory. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng hindi. Yung may, hindi ko pangalan ng babae. They may do it or they may not. So it's not obligatory. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, kung hindi nakbayad ng sahod yung principal, yung contractor, yung principal ang obligado. So joint solidary. Okay? Ngayon, in-specify lang nila, this only pertains to wages. To conform to series of jurisprudence kung anong liability ng principal. Okay? So that's the first part, huh? Now, the second part is doon naman sa security of tenure. Okay? Yung nasa post-employment. Sa yung mga articles na yan, nandun sa likod ng labor code on termination of employment. Okay? Doon sa article 294 na dati 279, yung burden of proof, alam ba nyo na dadalawa lang ang alam? Ewan ko kung meron pang iba na. Pero sa batas ng Pilipinas, dalawa lang yung situation where yung respondent, kung sino yung kinomplain, sino yung kinasuhan, siya ang obligadong magbigay ng pruweba. One is sa car accidents. So, i-complain yung nagdadrive, di ba? Yung nagdadrive, ang may obligasyon na ipakita na wala siyang sala. Yung pangalawa, sa labor cases. Kaya kung kinomplain yung management ng respondent sa kaso ngayon, yung management ang obligado na mag-prove na wala siyang sala. Okay, baliktad, ano? Usually, pag may kaso, kung sino yung nag-complain, siya yung magpakita na talagang guilty yung kino-complain niya. Okay. Ngayon, linagay doon sa article na yan, yung provision na yan. And then, ang i-prove mo dyan, hindi lang yung dahilan ng pag-terminate, pero pati yung proseso. Kasi dalawang bagay palagi dyan, ha? Yung reason for terminating, and then yung process or paraan ng pag-terminate. Kailangan compliant sa batas yung dalawang yun. Okay. Ito pa. This is actually the substance of the change. Yung pinakamalaking change. Tingnan niyo yung A. Dati ito yung Article 280. Tingnan niyo yung A, ha? Kaagad, sinabi, all employees are deemed regular. All employees are deemed regular. Kaagad. Ang exception lang dyan, yung mga provisionary, seasonal, and project. Hindi nila sinama ang fixed term employment. At saka, tinanggal na yung casual employment. Wala nang casual employee. Wala na yung category na yun. Lahat regular. Ang non-regular, yun lang in-enumerate na yan. Provisionary, seasonal, and project. At linagay pa nila ang definition ng kung kailan merong employee-employee relationship. Kasi ang labor code is built on the presumption that there is an employer-employee relationship. Kung wala, the labor code doesn't apply. Di ba? Dapat nasa una yun ang labor code. Pero dito linagay sa uli. Ano yung definition ngayon? You are engaged to render work or service and you are under the control of the employer. Dalawang bagay. Not only to the end, but also to the means in achieving the end. Pag ganun ang usapan, empleyado ka. Si boss dito, kinuha kita. I engage you, work, or render service for me. And ikaw, yung gagawin mo, kontrolado. Under my orders, under my policies, under my regulations. Hindi lang sa resulta ng trabaho mo. Kasi ihanapan kita ng quality, cost, and delivery measurements. Dapat ganun yung ipapakita mo. Hindi lang yan. Pati yung paraan na gagawin mo para pumunta ka doon sa hinihingi ko. Kung kontrolado ka rin sa dalawang bagay na yun, empleyado kita. Pag hindi kita empleyado. Dati, meron pang for test yan eh. Kung ikaw ay hinire ko, ikaw ay meron akong kapangyarihan na i-terminate, okay? Ikaw ay binabayaran ko, mga ganung bagay. No? Probational employee, the same provisions. Dinagdag lang yung sinama pati yung pwede ka rin tanggalin hindi lang for just causes but even authorized causes kagaya na retrenchment, redundancy. Dati hindi nandun silent, pero actually kasama. Anong kaibahan ng paraan ng pagtatanggal ng probationary employee? Malala ba niya? Anong kaibahan? Pareho lang. Regular employee, probationary employee. Kailangan may just cause or merong substantive cause, may procedural process din. Ang kaiba lang ng probationary ito. At the time of engagement, nung kinuha kita, nag-usap tayo, ano yung inaasahan ko sa iyo? Dapat may ipakita mo yun. Pag hindi mo na ipakita yun, hindi ka pasado sa probationary. So, pwede kang terminate. Okay? Conditions made known to you at the time of your engagement. So if you fail to achieve that, okay, 3 minutes. Buti may nagsasabi. Okay? Yung causes for termination, ganun pa rin, dinagdag lang yung gender-friendly na dati his, ngayon dinagdagan pa ng hair. Walang it. Okay? Okay. Anong positions ng PMAP? Simple lang. Ang PMAP pumulat sa poll. As far back as 2016, ang inaayawan ng PMAP is yung Endo. Yung repeated firing and then hiring, firing and hiring. That and that alone. We agree that that is illegal, immoral, against public policy, and even business sense. Ito, sabihin nyo sa gobyerno yan, don't quote me again. Sila yung hanggang ngayon, pero tinatawag na job order. Anybody from the government? Please raise your hand. Ilan ang job order? Di ba? Yun nga, yun nga eh. The constitutional rights, even legal rights of equal application of the law. Bakit sa private sector, bawal? Sa public sector, pwede. So what is it all about? Is it compliance to Constitution? Or is it for some other reason? I don't know. Okay, how about contracting? Ang stand ng PMAP dyan, that's management right. Huwag lang yung illegal form, kagaya ng babalik doon sa Endo. Kasi yun ang pulot-dulo ng lahat kung ako tatanungin nyo eh. Naabuso, pumutok, bumusok ng gusto hanggang sumabog. O ayan, naapektuhan pati yung mga legitimate job contracting and outsourcing. Yung management right na yan, makikita nyo, wala sa labor code yan, walang provision, jurisprudence, pero may nakita tayo sa Constitution. Yung Section 3 ng Article 13, Article 13 is on social justice and human rights. Yung mas litaw is Section 3, yun yung protection ng labor. Pero actually, there's a section before that, which is there, basa nyo, the promotion of social justice shall include the creation of economic opportunities based on the freedom of initiative and self-reliance. So kung rinirestricto ka, hindi na freedom yan. Kung sinasabi sa iyo kung anong pwede, hindi pwede, hanggang hindi ka makagalaw, wala nang initiative yan. Okay? So economic opportunity, sana magkaroon pa ng emphasis dyan by law as well as practice. Okay. There's a pragmatic ground also, as I was telling you a while ago, ng common business sense. Maski ba ang proseso ko, ganito, ano, di ba, gagawa ng ganito, yung pag-manufacture ng isang piyesa nito. If I can find somebody else who can do this better, faster, cheaper, bakit hindi? Bakit lilimitahan ko? Di ba, that's business sense. You have somebody else do it because they can do it better, faster, and cheaper. Quality, cost, and delivery. Whether it's product or service. Economic competitiveness, I think you've heard this several times now. In the region, ASEAN, globally, because of global supply chain, offshoring, inshoring, and everything. We have to be competitive, otherwise business will not come in. And our labor that we have so dearly trained and inalagaan are being hired by these other countries because they have better economic means. Employment generation, human resources development, yun sabi ko kanina, this outsourcing is entry-level. Bibigyan sila ng opportunity, fresh graduates and everything. Okay? Yeah, I'm wrapping up. Toyota City and Silicon Valley, do you know how they develop? It's because of outsourcing. You have the main core like Toyota plant, and then yung mga paggagawa ng mga pyesa, binigyan nila sa iba. Within striking distance. Para just in time i-deliver. Kaya yung nangyari, yung Toyota City, yung Toyota, the main companies there and all around it are the suppliers. Yun ang dinedevelop noong araw ng PESA. So isang main company, tapos maraming mga suppliers na maglo-locate. However, problema na naman yan because of the parang apparent ban on outsourcing. Yung N2, yung imbes na all of the above, naging any of the above or any of the below, nagiging restricted. Mas mahirapan ka ngayon maging job contractor. Tools and equipment, ito yung sinasabi namin, pwede sana dapat yung arms length lease, lease-to-own. Ito yung pag-aari ng kumpanya, ipapahiram sa iyo, babayar, itatanggalin sa bayad sa iyo, magiging sa iyo later on. We hope that will be allowed. And capitalization, although these are now for IRR, pag ginawa yung implementing rules, yung recommendations namin yan. That's way back in 2016. Dapat hindi fixed. It should be variable according to your size of business. Yung regular employment, dapat lang. Yun ang stand namin 2016, dapat lang maging regular employees ng contractor mo. Kung yung contractor mo hindi naman bona fide na contractor, kaya actually, placement agency lang yan. Okay? And rights, yes, all employees, whether they are the employees of contractors or organic employees of the principal, dapat walang distinction. They should all be compliant to the minimum set by law. And meron kasi provision doon na isang batas sa Kongreso na yung cost down ng regularization, quote-unquote, dapat ipasa sa principal. Kinakalimutan yung independence of the contractor with the principal. Dapat iganang yan. Kung ibibigay mo yung cost na aakuin ng principal and everything, hindi na independent, yung dependent na siya. So you're oxymoronic. Okay, yan po yung presentation namin tungkol doon sa Senate bill. So now we will have the reactions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Efren Alberto. Galing mo po yan sa Baguio. So we're now open for questions so that we can, I hope you were, nalalaman po tayo ng ating gustong sabihin sa proposed security of tenure bill. Okay? So can we call on our partners to ask questions? Yes? You're from PTV4? Yes? Can we request at the staff to facilitate the microphone so that everybody can be heard here? Okay. Thank you, Isa. Actually, Isa is in charge of the awards and media. But you know, we invite you to be with us in Cebu because we are going, also can mention that we are going to award the People Manager of the Year, the People Program of the Year. Yes, you can now have the question.
Sir, hello, good morning po. Sir, ano po ba yung usually apektadong age bracket nitong Endo?
Oh, so age bracket din Endo. Oh, that's a nice. Attorney Mistura, can you...
Well, actually, every employable age is affected by this regulation. If you would note, our existing regulation would allow even hiring of employees at the age of 18, but there are, under given circumstances, there are possibility also of employing minors from 15 to less than 18. So if these are the age allowed by law, so they are as well affected by these regulations.
Yes, that's it. Yes, thank you very much for the question. A follow-up question.
Lang po. Sir, isa po sa mga top priority bills ni Senate President Tito Sen yung pagbibigay ng 14-month pay doon sa mga empleyado ng private sectors. Ano pong stand niyo doon?
Wow.
Actually, during the last Congress, there's already a pending bill on 14th-month pay. I think the version of the good senator is a statement, if not a revived bill. I heard him about 2-3 days ago urging the public, urging the employers even, to get hold of a copy of his bill. And to be candid, hindi pa siya available, no? But if you would know, even during the pending last Congress, the proposal to give 14th-month pay, at least in last Congress, there's no qualification, meaning everyone will be entitled. In fact, in that particular version, the proposal was that to make 13th-month pay available every June and to make 14th-month pay available every year end. No? If this is the same bill that the good senator has passed, I think this will also be the features, except that the proposal of Senator Soto is not yet made available to the public, so we could hardly comment yet at the moment.
Sir, last na.
Yes.
Sir, last na po, just the emphasis doon sa mga government offices, if ever na nag-i-implement pa rin ng no employee-employer relationship. So ano po yung mga possible na consequences po doon?
Yung SOT or security of tenure, this basic bill, this is actually a bill that is intended to govern the private enterprise. This is not at all intended to govern the civil service regulation because as we all know, the public servants, as we call them, are governed by a different law. We call it as the civil service law. Nabanggit ni Efren kanina, no, na si government daw yung frequent or traditional violator of the Endo system, no? And we realize that simply because the government, actually the answer to that question is that the government has no continuous flow of funding. It's dependent really on taxes that it can collect. Therefore, they could not really assure a complete plantilla and therefore no security as we speak, no? But if the continuous flow of money coming to the government would be sure, obviously they would also be complying with the security of tenure law. But again, to clarify, this merely covers the private enterprise.
Okay. Questions from the media of our partners? Yes, ma'am. You are from? Yeah. News 5. Yes. Lala.
News 5, once product of MBC.
Yes.
As I love Ellen, Ma'am Ellen. may history pa tayo. And of course, I love Sir Leo. Tanong ko lang po regarding yung mga outsource agencies natin. Kasali po ba sila rito? Kasi di ba, yung mga agencies natin, doon regular employees, itong mga empleyado na to, and then sinusupply nila sa mga private companies. Ma-abolish ba tong mga outsource companies na to? Magdi-direct hire na ba yung mga companies? Paano po yung mangyayari doon?
Actually, itong SOT na to, madam, it's basically directed to that particular arrangement. Kanina, pinakita ni Efren yung issue ng bilateral and trilateral relationship, no? If you would be reminded, going back to the annals of history, itong contracting is an industry that started some 15 or 20 years ago. It is actually an industry of its own already. During the olden time, wala hong ganito, no? No such thing as a job contractor, no such thing as labor-only contractor. But it's actually brought about by the needs of the circumstances by the employers, no? So when this job contractor started, this is where the social imbalance was created, such that an employee will be taken as an employee by a contractor or an agency. Dito lumabas yung Endo. So kung napapansin nyo, yung presentation ni Efren kanina, this used to be a topic of Endo, eventually transformed into contracting. These are basically two different concepts in labor regulation. When you say Endo, this is the prevalent practice of hiring, expiring, rehiring, expiring, and so on and so forth. So yung process na yun, minsan inaabot na ng 15 taon yung empleyado, hindi pa rin sila regular. Now, the topic of contractualization is a different topic into that. Ibig sabihin, instead of getting a regular employee, you get an agency. Which agency now gets the employee? So anong nangyari, nag-transform siya from Endo, which is a prohibited practice. Ang ginawa ho ng ating various department orders, as mentioned by Efren, in-adapt siya ng mga agency-based contractors. So nag-switch yung Endo from a prohibited practice by the employer, ginawa ngayon siya ng mga tinatawag na contractors. Yeah, basically this SOT is directed towards that illegal practices. So to answer the question, sila ho yung principally affected in this particular regulation. So there will come a time in our labor history that job contracting is really is an activity merely allowed by the guys who will be registered under current regulation. And then I'd like to stress as well, yung batas ho na ito is a change on the textual provision of the 1974 Labor Code, yung PD 442. No? This is not just an ordinary department order. This is a change in the substantial provision of a law, not just by department order. So after the amendment of the Labor Code, surely there will come another department order implementing the change in the Labor Code. And we have to expect more changes that would come along the way.
If I may add, Attorney Destura, relevant to the question, may requirement doon sa agencies. Can you mention that? I think the whooping amount is 5 million.
Existing regulation right now, 174, would require nearly a 3 million capitalization. No? So with this proposal, medyo tinataas siya. There are these 5 million that we have to remember under the SOT, the proposal. One is the 5 million for purposes of capitalization. The other one is another 5 million, which is by way of a penalty in any event that an agency will be discovered to be engaging into labor-only contracting. So dalawa ngayon yung 5 million na pinag-uusapan natin dito. Again, una yung capital to be able to register as a legitimate job contractor, at isang another 5 million in any event that you will be discovered as having engaged into labor-only contracting, which is supplying of manpower. The penalty under the proposed law is another whooping 5 million, plus a possibility of a closure order to be issued by the government. And in fact, the SOT bill, merong provision doon saying that without prejudice to civil, administrative, and criminal liability. So, kailangan ilakihan mo natin yung jail system natin, baka maraming makulong.
Now, pero gusto sabihin niya na companies now, organization now, should really partner with legitimate contractors. Actually, as the SOT bill is very nice because it really protects organization not to deal or partner with illegitimate contractors.
Yung comment ko kanina, this is friendly for established and big job contractors. Pero for startups, this is very, very discouraging. Sino ba nang magsisimula ng negosyo, kailangan mo ka agad ng 15 million? And with all these requirements, and the government at your back, inspecting you every now and then. Parang ayaw nila na magkaroon ng negosyo yung mga small and medium enterprises. Diba? That is a consequence. I hope it's not intended and that they see it. Otherwise, you will not grow economically.
Okay, some more questions?
Last question, sir.
Yes, yes.
For the record lang po, what is the importance of security of tenure sa isang empleyado? The importance po.
Well, security of tenure is a legal and emotional feeling of a person, no? Na meron siyang guarantee of a day-to-day employment and therefore a day-to-day source of livelihood. It's really an important thing to a person simply because, as we know, yung employment equates to salary, salary equates to money, money equates to daily sustenance. So it's really something that has to be pushed and treasured by all. Yung security of tenure is something that we have to be guaranteeing every single worker.
Would you like me to add? There is a paradox in that because nowadays we are now in the gig economy, G-I-G economy, and we are now freelancers. So we have to look into the new ways of doing work. There will come a time that employees will not really even expect that they want to be regular. Because we are now coming into the age of disruption, which includes me now. I am not a regular employee, I'm a freelance trainer. So I do gigs. So those who can understand here are the millennials and the Z generation, which is why there is a paradox. There is a contradiction of the desire of everybody to be regularized, but everybody would like to be in the gig economy. Just questions, ma'am?
Just a minute. Yung security of tenure, yung desire for secure employment. Okay? Yun yung mga edad natin. Yeah, like me, I've been employed at one company for 34 years. Okay?
May loyalty pa.
Pero nowadays, modern HR management, they're talking of security of employability.
Yes.
Your ability to be employed anywhere, everywhere.
And
Hindi yung
wherever.
isang kumpanya lang and then doon ka na lang forever.
That's a nice actually. Yes.
When you hire people, kasi kagaya namin, when we're hiring for a regular position, so you're filling up a vacancy for a regular position, you're actually looking for a long-term engagement. Kasi regular yung position. Mas gusto namin yung magtatagal yung employee, magsaserve talaga sa company, may commitment sa company. Mahalaga yung trabaho because ito yung source of income eh. Hindi naman pag in-interview mo yung employee, why do you want to work? Ang pag sinagot ng employee, because I want to help the company. Hindi totoo yun. Gusto mo kumita, di ba? Parang I want to help the company. Ha? Mayaman na yung may-ari ng kumpanya, tutulungan mo pa? Di ba? Ano yun? Kalukuhan yun, di ba? You want to work because you want to earn. You want to provide well for your family. Ikaw din. Gusto mo rin may ma-achieve ka. May self-fulfillment. Yun yung reason bakit ka nagtatrabaho. Bakit mahalaga yung security of tenure? Kung wala kang kinikita at hindi ka sigurado may kikitain ka, wala ka rin kasiguruhan na may ipapakain ka o ikaw mismo may kakainin ka araw-araw. So mahalaga bilang empleyado kasi kami kahit nasa management ka, part ka ng management, empleyado ka rin ng kumpanya. So kailangan din magtrabaho kang mabuti. Kailangan you are assured also na bukas pagpasok ko may trabaho pa ako. Yun yung essence nun. Mahalaga para sa atin. Sa pagkatao mo, sa fulfillment mo, at saka yung pag-provide mo sa family mo. Yun ang
Yeah, ang gusto sabihin ni Ellen, ang security of tenure is your efficiency. Kung productivity. Kasi kahit ka-secure na secure sa inyong posisyon, if you're not a productive person, parang matatanggal ka rin.
Si Jesse.
Yes, Mr. Leon.
Yeah, bilang HR practitioners, yan din naman ang ginagawa namin, no? Sa pagdating sa pag-hire ng tao. We look at from the time that we interviewed a potential candidate for the position. Titingnan din namin yung potential ng tao to grow. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi rin healthy sa isang organization ng papalit-palit ng tao. Because there's a cost involved dun sa training pa lang. And the 5 months, you may not be able to recover your investment dun sa tao. So, kami, importante sa amin, kasi like for example, itong security of tenure, it's for an organization that looks at growing its business, expanding its business, it doesn't really matter itong bill na to, possibly. Why?
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, these people that I will have to take care, and these people who may have the potential of helping me grow the business, would actually be, this is something that I think sa isang organization, kasi ako like in my case, no, I am into a business, traditional, but I am also into not subcontracting, but a service contracting business. I have also a manpower agency, but I have also a traditional business. Pero ako, ang tingin ko lagi na parang itong taong ito na kukuhanin ko, I will have to make sure that this particular person will have growth in my business, so that eventually, they will also grow not only in salary, but in posisyon, di ba? Kasi ako, beneficiary ako, dahil I came from the ranks, na-promote ako ng panahon sa Shakey's, na mahal ko, from a delivery rider, to restaurant manager, to head of training, to head of HR in the span of 13 years. So, alam mo yung journey na to, lagi kong sinishare sa mga empleyado, kasi I wanted them to also do that. Kasi ang organization will definitely take care of people who would like to also help grow the business kasi they know that they will be able to benefit from it.
Yes. So yun, ang sinasabi po niyan, yan po ang position ng PMAP, that you are actually taking care for people, which is talent management. From acquisition to performance, making sure that they're efficient, to succession planning. Just imagine from a rider to an HR manager. So, ang maganda yung sinabi ni VP Leo na hindi kailangan yung security of tenure kasi that's actually the desire of the people managers of the Philippines is to really retain people. Pero ang tao naman, you have your own, what do you call this, time frame. Ang pinakamahirap nga nito, gusto ko nang umalis o gusto mo nang siguro lumipat na sa ibang gagawin, nahihirapan kasi because there are some, what do you call this, law na dapat masundin with compliance. It is actually a paradox between offensive and defensive HR. Are you going to retain somebody who's not anymore productive? That is offensive HR. But are you going to comply? Because it will not be good to let these people go now because they are secure. So that is actually the paradox, navigating the paradox of managing here in the Philippines. Anyway, questions? Magandang usapan natin. Magandang usapan natin. So this is really something that you should write. And this is actually why we're having our national conference in Cebu. Kasi ito po yung pag-uusapan natin. And then if you can send people to be with us, kasi this is just a start. We're just actually looking into this problem. Kasi it is, you know, itong sinasabi ng pwedeng manganak, complying with it, di ba? Complying with it may cause problems not only with the companies, the organization concerned, but with the individuals already. I know there are some sectors in the Philippines, just like the IT sectors, they would like to not, ayaw nila i-bound anymore. I think sa media, ganoon din ngayon. Yeah, ganoon. May mga sectors na ngayon na ayaw na sila talagang ma-regular so that they can move. Alam mo po, bibigyan ko kayo ng idea. Ang doktor po ngayon, wala ngayon isang doktor na dyan lang isang ospital lang siya. Ang doktor ko po ay nandyan sa Makati Medical. One time, nakita ko siya sa ASEAN. Nakita ko siya sa St. Luke's. Pang umaga, pang hapon, pang gabi. Kasama rin po ang GRO, I'm not kidding you, dyan sa Pasay. Nagbabaybay po yan. So from the highest to the lowest, hindi na po nag-regular. Hindi na po siya regular doon sa isang bar, pwesto. Ang singer po, kasama na rin po dyan yung naman na mikurista.
Fred.
Mobile na. So we have to look into that, the change in mindset, and I would like to write that because that will be our topics in the national convention. Pwede pong idagdag natin because you're already in the VUCA world because of technology. Yes. Alam mo, isasama ko rito, dapat magtanong kayo, ano kaya implication nito ng work from home?
Dagdag ko lang dyan, friend, na-mention mo yan kasi maraming tao ngayon nag-freelance talaga. Sabi nga nila maraming pera. With the advent of digital technology, ang daming yumayaman dahil sa social media, dahil sa digital technology. Huwag na tayong lumayo. Sa media na lang eh. Marami gusto mag-freelancer din.
Yes.
Meron akong inofera na maging news director. Pero ayaw niya magpatali. Ayaw niya magpatali sa MBC. Gusto niya, talent lang siya. So sa atin, sa media, uso yung may talent lang. Kasi hindi ka nagtatrabaho 8 hours a day. Maririnig mo siya sa programa ngayong umaga, mamayang hapon may programa sa kabilang istasyon. O, di ba? Parang, asan ang loyalty nun? Hindi eh, binabayaran mo siya for that particular program. Pwedeng news writer siya sa kabila, anchor ka rito sa kabila.
Wow,
Depende kung anong role ang ginagampanan eh.
Kayo mismo na So, yeah, I think that is actually the paradox or the contradiction of the security of tenure. When I was with Inquire, ang dami doon contributor, pero makikita mo rin ang pangalan nila sa isang magazine, sa isang radio station. Ganun po. Yes, ma'am. O yan, maganda na usapan natin, napukaw na tayo. Yes, ma'am.
Yun nga po, yung nadidinig ko po yung mga sinasabi ninyo. There is so much to parang makuha. So are there any events or other website or gatherings na mas lalo po nating mapapahayag or maisi-share yung dapat pong matutunan ng mga manggagawa or from the company or the HR para po mas mapalawak po yung kaalaman nila with regards lalo na po dito sa atin.
Ang isa po muna niyan, that is why we're having this news conference so that kayo po tumulong sa amin na malinawan ang lahat. Okay, yes, Ma'am Loy?
Meron po kaming annual conference na gagawin namin sa Cebu this July 17 to 19. Actually, marami pong diskursyon, maraming topics na i-offer ang PMAP sa mga HR practitioners, young and seasoned, para dun sa mga katulad ng mga polisiya na iba't ibang lumalabas ngayon. Doon po isa po yung venue. At marami po ang PMAP na ginagawa para nang sa ganon to keep our people informed, especially yung ating mga HR practitioners. Kaya nandito po sa aking kaliwaan, dalawang gentlemen na to. They are from our IR committee. We are from our IR committee. Nakakarating po kami hindi lamang sa opisina ng DOLE, kundi hanggang sa Senado, Kongreso, para nang sa ganon, maparating din po namin kung ano yung mga saloobin ng mga practitioners at ng mga namumuhunan din, para mabalanse po natin kung ano ba yung kagandahan na idudulot ng mga polisiyang ito sa ating uring manggagawa at ganon din sa namumuhunan.
Okay. Ako may personal na sasabihin doon sa tanong sa 14-month pay. Sa totoo, sinatanong, sa totoo lang po, ang dami na pong organisasyon nagbibigay ng 14-month pay. Ang iba nga, 15-month pay, ang iba nga, 16-month pay. Kung yan naggagawa po ng PMS. Pero po, kaya nga sabi ko, paradox, contradiction. Kasi ko po, kung igagawin natin talaga, personal ko po ito, ang 14-month pay, kawawa po yung maliliit. Karamihan po ng organisasyon dito sa Pilipinas, which is actually comprising 95% are SMEs, small and medium enterprises. Kasama na po ako niyan, may maliit na bakery. Nagka-13-month pay, ano ka pa kaya kung magka-14-month pay? So siguro, hayaan na natin yung sinabi ni Secretary Leo dito, na ang HR talaga, they care for people. We like them to be retained. At mayroong programa yun na ginagawa, na updated. Pero hayaan din natin yung hindi makakaya, kasi nakakatakot nito, yung sustainability of business, and then people, yung ating investors, will really, kasi if you are going to mandate that there will be really pay for that. But this is a personal thing. So for those who can afford, pwede. But it should not, I think, mandated kasi kawawa po yung maliliit. Na you are going to really mandate them that they are going to pay for 14 months.
Comment?
Yes, sir.
Yung pong tungkol dyan sa mga legislated increases in benefits and salaries, dalawang bagay lang naman yan eh. Pag nandun ka sa National Productivity Commission, sasabihin nila yan, hindi tied up sa productivity. Tumataas ang cost of labor, para yung productivity, hindi tumataas. So, in the long term, matatalo. Pangalawa, sa business naman, whatever increase in cost will become the cost of production. So, saan kayo papasa yan? Hindi sa presyo. So, sana kung mag-increase sila, titignan din nila yon. Ang nangyayari lang, wala man lang data, wala man lang research na pinapakita sa Kongreso kung ano ang epekto nitong mga hinahangad na mga increases. Mostly populist, lalo na pag malapit ang election. Pero ang impact hindi tinitingnan na mabuti. Baka in the long range, makakasira, imbes na nakakabuti. Isa pa. Ang trabaho po ng gobyerno ang mag-set ng minimum standards, like labor standards. Hindi po nila trabaho yung i-manage ang trabaho ng capital, ng management. Yun po ang contention ng mga wage and productivity councils. Tayo ito productivity and stick to minimums and give a free hand to the management to do their work.
Gusto ko ipasok din dito, if you look into the web ng PMAP, may mga, I don't know kung ready yung ating kino-compare po yung ating economic at yung practices natin dito with the other countries of Southeast Asia. And this should be another area that we should be concerned of, kasi ang lumalabas na parang it's so difficult, ang haba ng mga proseso rito to invest. At ang taas na po ng cost of labor dito sa atin. So you have to look at that. It's a chicken and egg, and that is actually the concern of the People Management Association of the Philippines. It's taking care of people and making sure that the investors will sustain their investments dito sa atin. Kasi chicken and egg eh. Parang nahirap naman po na you're going to, parang yung the goose that lays the golden egg, di ba? Sasakalin mo. Pagdating ng oras, walang tuloy trabaho kasi hindi na kaya magpasweldo. So that is actually, alam mo, ang PMAP po is actually always balanced. We care for people, but we are actually navigating the contradictions and the paradoxes. We want to comply. We don't really are after the endo ever since. O kaya nga may culpa kasi that practice has been there, but when it was brought up, hindi kami sang-ayon doon. But now, medyo kami nag-aano rin, hinay-hinay, kasi baka itong security of tenure bill, pagdating ng oras, hindi nakakaya. So it's, alam mo tayo, we are a community and we should go into that. Of course, balancing it with the needs, aspirations of our employees. But sabi nga ni Big Leo at ni Secretary Leo at ni Ma'am Ellen here, let HR do it. That is why we have the association and we are trying to calibrate our practices. Can you tell that to the world? And make sure that we have good practices and ensure that our employees are actually taken care of. And then sometimes, much as we would like to comply, but a lot of regulations may actually hinder us to move on. We are not, ang tawag nun, the competitiveness of the Philippines to the world, not even to the nation, to the world. Yes, can we have, are we through with the questions? Yes, coming from the start. Actually, noong competitor namin. Nasa nandiyan yung start talaga. Ano-ano kami. Sige, the gentleman, the handsome gentleman from Star.
Hi, I'm Brian Escada from the Philippine Star. Question lang regarding dun sa mga service-oriented na digital tech companies, the likes of GrabFood, Foodpanda, who employ yung mga delivery riders na though there have been stories na middle of the transaction, biglang kinakancel yung orders, yung rider mismo nag-aabono for ano. So yung mga ganong instances na may mga abuse dun sa mga parang partner employees na nila, mga riders, ano yung parang protection na pwede nilang makita dito sa ano?
Okay, si Atty. Dustura, master po.
Actually, in the context of labor regulations, they are not actually employees, no? Yung mga digital contractors, as we call them, hindi talaga sila empleyado. They're actually doing a business of their own. So I just hope and pray government will also come up with regulation as far as they're concerned. Kasi sila yung nandun sa gray area.
Providers.
Sila yung nasa gray area. Government has yet to come up with any form of regulation as far as these contractors are concerned. In fact, labor regulation will not actually classify them as employees.
O kasi provider ka, you are a provider of a service. You are a provider of a, and then you're considered that it's your own, sarili mong business yun eh. Kaya ba yung, say, kukuha ako ng isang karpentero, pagdating ng oras, ay, may presko na ko, wag ka na muna magkarpentero. So, paano naman yung pamasahe nun? Bumalik ka na lang sa linggo. Parang gano'n. So, hindi ko naman siya empleyado. Hindi naman siya empleyado ng iba. So, sarili niyang business yun.
Friend nun, kasi ako nagpapadeliver ako ng food sa Grab.
Tapos tapos
Hindi, kasi sa klase. O, hindi mo
pagdating
kinakancel.
ng oras, hindi mo
Mayaman ako, nagbibigay ako ng tip. Tipo, kasi I really feel bad for the Grab food delivery guys na in the middle of buying the food for you, biglang ika-cancel. So, alam natin na itong mga, kasi we call them independent contractors of their own. They make use of their own money. So, kunyari, ang order ka worth 900. Ikaw, you're at the convenience of your home and you just pay, say, 50 to 100 pesos delivery charge. Pero no hassle for you, di ba? Nakaupo ka lang, hintay mo yung delivery. Kasi minsan, may restaurant din doon sa amin. Ang dami pumapasok na naka-grab food na uniform. Ang tagal din nila naghihintay. So, pinaprioritize din sila because they know, alam yung mga restaurants na if they exceed the allowable time, the orders might be canceled. So, kawawa naman itong mga to. So, they get the priority. May naka-assign talaga sa kanila na mag-attend dun sa kanilang orders. However, siguro, dahil hindi sila covered ng ating labor laws, dahil hindi naman sila employees, it pays to be a member of that group.
Oo,
So,
para
kung
sa
grab taxi ka, grab driver ka, kung taxi yan, or car, or delivery ka, or yung meron pang angkas, marami pa sila dun sa TNBS na yan. Tsaka yung app, no? Yung sa digital app. So kung member ka, kasi I read, nung nag-viral yung nag-order ng ng milk tea na worth 900, tapos biglang kinancel. Meron din yung pizza na in-order sa SNR, tapos sabi niya, bilhin niyo na po, mainit pa. Kasi wala po akong magiging kita dito, lugi ako. So yung mga yon, I heard from the millennials that if you are part of the group, registered ka as Grab Food contractor, then parang ang protection doon ng Grab is to reimburse you. And then to penalize also the guys who cancel the order by blocking them. Hindi ka na makaka-order.
Pero yan po, sa lahat po dito, Mika, yan po ang sinasabi natin na we are going into that. We are going into the gig economy. It doesn't actually fall into the labor. Hindi mo pa sasabi yan, probationary, regular, namumuulan talaga sila. Naku, natatakot ako kasi yung aking habal-habal, yung tuktok ko nakikinig sa akin, nandiyan po sa likod, nakapulas. Baka mag-cancel ako. Naka-commission niya sa akin the whole day. Ganun na po ang buhay ngayon. So nag-iiba na po. It's actually the employee-employer relation is not anymore there, but it's actually yours getting their services. Thank you for that wonderful question. And you can add that. And then you have to look into that as mentioned by Attorney Distura, because those are things na hindi po na napupunta. Pero what I'm afraid of, baka naman magdagdag naman din ng regulation na dapat magbigay ng 5 million yung asosasyon. Yun ang nakakatakot, di ba kaya, friend? Baka maglagay ng 5 million and another 5 million, 10 million. Iba paano na yung asosasyon, di ba? Okay. Yes, may question pa before and then after that we'll wrap up. MBC, of course.
Po. Ang question ko lang, I have two questions actually, no? Hindi pa, wala pa tayong batas para doon sa mga owner of the companies na meron daw, nag-outsource sila from agency, but in reality, yung art agency na yun is sa kanila din. And then the other one, doon sa bill po ba ay hindi kasama mga OFW na madalas nagkakaroon din ng endo?
Attorney Distura or Karen?
Reverse answer. Yung OFW, it's not at all controlled and regulated by the SOT or the security of Tenure. We know for a fact na yung batas natin as far as OFW is concerned is of a different government entity, and there's a separate regulation for them. It would be quite impossible for our Philippine government to be regulating foreign contractors or foreign employers.
So local lang po?
Local lang yan talaga. Yeah, in effect. Pero there's too much protection na according to them, no? The Migrant Workers Act would provide you with a long list of protection to the so-called OFW. Okay? Yung isang question mo na nga, sir?
A lot of companies right now, they outsource their employees from an agency when in reality that agency, they also own that agency.
Actually, there is what we call a concept in law na may tinatawag na distinct and separate personality. No? Even if the employer is also the entity who put up the agency, in the eyes of the law, this agency here and this employer is separate and distinct. No? But in any event that there would be a violation by the employer or the agency, may tinatawag na doctrine of piercing the veil of the corporate entity. It is at this point that the employment with this employer and the ownership of this agency becomes a material matter. Therefore, pwedeng managot yung parehong entity.
Yes, kasi parang di ba lantarang panluloko yung ganon?
Well,
Kasi it's the same owner eh. Kahit saan mo tingnan, it's the same owner.
correct. Only in case of a violation by any of this entity, doon lang i-inquire yung personality behind the corporations that put up the agency.
Ang siguro masasabi ko dyan sa question mo, sir, dalawa na pwede matulungan tayo ng media. Ma-advise natin yung mga nag-a-apply. Natingnan din naman yung pupunta nila. Kasi hindi naman talaga pagpunta dito sa Manila. Na-apply ka lang nag-apply, hindi mo naman alam kung hihiti mo yung ina-applyan mo. So titingnan mo talaga. That's actually a personal concern. Ang sabi ko naman po doon sa OFW,